Hello, bruvs. We're back with new book Arrivals, number 315. This pile right here is from last week. This pile is from today. That pile over there is from four another time. Let's get into it. Frankenstein. Obviously, you know what Frankenstein is. Frankenstein. But now I think I have 12 or 13 copies of it. Don't know if this is the same ISBN, but the story of Victor Frankenstein and of the I don't care. Dracula, Bram Stoker, Stoker, Jesus Christ, Bram Stoker. Nice copy. As you can see, it was $5 at Borders back in the day. Very nice shape. I don't have this cover. I have about 5 or 6 variations of the mass market paperback cover. Everyone knows what Dracula is. Here's a new one for the paranormal fiction Ghosts. A supernatural thriller by Noel Hind. The novels of Noel Hind stand out. Never heard of the guy, honestly. What year is this? 80s? 93. See what it says. Nantucket Island. Quiet, peaceful, idyllic. For Academy Award winning actress Annette Carlson, it is the perfect refuge from her demanding career. For brilliant burnout cop Tim Brooks, it's a chance to get away from the crime ridden streets of the big city. And for Reverend George Osaro, Ghost Hunter? Ghost Hunter, it is about to become a place of unspeakable terror. Noel Hind is the author of the highly acclaimed thrillers Flowers from Berlin and The Khrushchev Objective. He lives with his family in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, for addicts of this genre. Elvis Presley. Meet Elvis Presley by Fabius Friedman. Hey, baby. Here I am, baby. This is a Scholastic, which is kind of weird that Scholastic wastes their time to make a book about Elvis, but I guess this was the heyday of Elvis, so why not make a Elvis book for kids? Elvis Presley, the teenage kid from Memphis who set America on fire. Here it is, the story of his life and his music, complete with more than 40 photos. All right, let's do this one. Deal. How a mafia family lives and kills, and to what terrifying lengths the government will go to stop them. I was going to keep this book, but apparently it's worth some money, like $20 range, so even with a bullet hole in it. Don't mess with the mob, buddy. What's that? The Campisi family ran much of Newark. Numbers, abortion, armed robbery, whatever criminal activities carried a profit. Their gross from illegal gambling alone ran as high as 15,000 a week. Ira Peckschnick was a young hood doing 15 to 20 for robbery. A man without loyalties, without remorse, a self-admitted murderer. He was ready to blow the whistle on the Campisi family in exchange for a full pardon and identity. The prosecution called it a balance of evil. One killer for a family of killers, the chance to destroy an entire underworld operation in one precedent shattering case. The deal was made, the Campisi empire fell, and somewhere a killer walks the streets under government protection. Cray cray. Subculture, the meaning of a style by Dick Hebdige. 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 Hebdige's subculture, the meaning of style, is so important, complex, and remarkable. Oh, shut up. This book is an attempt to subject the various youth protest movements of Britain in the last 15 years to the sort of Marxist, structuralist, semiotic, analytical techniques propagated by, above all, Roland Barthes. The book is recommended wholeheartedly to anyone who would like fresh ideas about some of the most stimulating music of the rock era. W. Somerset Maugham, The Razor's Edge. Of course, he generally went by Somerset Maugham, but the W, I don't even know what it stands for. The sharp edge of a razor is difficult to pass over. Thus, the wise say the path to salvation is hard. Katha Upanishad. Triangle Books. Philadelphia. 1944. 46. Triangle Books. The Razor's Edge. I have never begun a novel with more misgiving. If I call it a novel, it is only because I don't know what else to call it. I have little story to tell, and I end neither with a death nor a marriage. Death ends all things, and so it is the comprehensive conclusion of a story. But marriage finishes it very properly, too, and the sophisticated are ill-advised to sneer at what is, by convention, termed a happy ending. It is a sound instinct of the common people which persuades them that with this all that is clunky. It is a sound instinct of the common people which persuades them that with this all that needs to be said is said. I don't know what the fuck that means. With all them that with this all that needs to be said is said. All right, I guess it kind of needs some commas. What do you got, bruv? Ink. The Not Just Skin Deep Guide to Getting a Tattoo. And I got this book to spite myself since I hate tattoos. Hey, I got the art of some other person on me. It defines who I am. Look at these cool swirls, buddy. Do you? Good luck with that. Tattoos are conformist. Are a conformist's heirloom. Hey, I got a tattoo, buddy. Big one on my back. All right. Paul Bunyan, 21 Tales of the Legendary Logger, Esther Shepherd, illustrated by Rockwell Kent. What was that thing I read online today? Someone said, I do be hating all the normies. I'm just like, fucking normies are the ones that say that kind of stupid shit. I do be. What a fucking moron. I do be. I hate these normies. Well, I hate to tell you, Bubba, but normies have tattoos. Normies fucking shriek about, what is this guy doing? He could just reach up and get one. Get one what? Fuck's he getting? That's Bunyan. What was I saying? Oh, well, I don't care. Empty Mansions. This is a mysterious life of Huguette Clark and the spending of a great American fortune. I don't know. Apparently got lightning or something. This story is pretty interesting. I saw, I think I watched a video on her. Even though she had like 20 mansions, she lived in a hospital. For some reason, she's rich as hell, lived in a hospital room like the last 30 years of her life, even though she had all these opulent mansions. Guess she wanted to be taken care of. For their new home, Anna and Huguette found an apartment 5 blocks south at 907 Fifth Avenue at the corner of 72nd Street. Can't remember what her family made their money in. Maybe it was the gold rush. Deadman and Newell tell a fairy tale in reverse. The talented born into a family of fortune and privilege who hides herself from the outside world. The authors reveal a complex portrait of the enigmatic Huguette and her intimate associates, including, oh, that's right, she gave a bunch of her money to her maid. I can't remember how much. American Gospel. God, the Founding Fathers, and the Making of a Nation. It's pretty funny that a lot of people claim that America was founded on freedom from religion, which is absolutely fucking false. I'm not religious in the least, but the whole reason why they came here was to get away from the Church of England and start their own crazy cults. But yeah, America definitely was founded as a Christian country. Whether you're Christian or not, you will know this to be true if you look into it. And they were pretty much religious zealots themselves. And they forced people to pay taxes. Go to church or pay taxes. I think you had to pay taxes regardless to the church. And then they had the witch trials, which weren't really witch trials, but the Fran Lebowitz reader, and I figured, what's more fucking chintzy than Fran Lebowitz? The Fran Lebowitz reader brings together in one volume 2 bestsellers, Metropolitan Life and Social Studies by an important humorist in the classic tradition, who is a natural successor to Dorothy Parker, whatever the fuck that means. Fran Lebowitz limns the vicissitudes of contemporary urban life, its fads, trends, crazes, morals, and fashions, by turns ironic, facetious, deadpan, sarcastic, wry, wisecracking, and waggish. She is always entertaining. I mean, the only people that think Fran Lebowitz is entertaining are people who were photographed by her. Why I love sleep. I love sleep because it is both pleasant and safe to use. Shut up. The primary cause of heterosexuality among males in urban areas, yet another crackpot theory. The most commonly heard complaint among heterosexual women in New York concerns the dearth of heterosexual. Shut up. Weak speech handsets aid for the dull. I mean, this is fucking top of the line intellect here. Digital clocks and pocket calculators, spoilers of youth, science. As I said, what could be more nauseating than Fran Lebowitz, but Guide and Seek, I'm okay, you're not. RIP, an acronym for Rest in Pleasure, is an organization for those deceased. Shut up. Shut up. Celine, is it Celine or is it pronounced differently? Journey to the end of the night. Someone commented a few weeks ago that whatever book I was reading at the time was better than this. Let's read a little bit from the first page. Prefaced, no, we don't. Hey, they're putting Journey on the rails again. What a feeling it gives me. A lot of things have happened in 14 years. If I weren't under so much pressure, forced to earn my living, I can tell you right now I'd suppress the whole thing. I wouldn't let a single line through. Everything gets taken the wrong way. I've been the cause of too much evil. Just think of all the deaths, the hatreds around me. When you're in, you're in. They put us on horseback. And after we'd been on horseback for 2 months, they put us back on our feet. Maybe because of the expense. Anyway, one morning the colonel was like, oh, okay, I can't read it. This is why I don't read classics. H.P. Lovecraft, 15 soul-chilling tales. And August Derleth. That was August Derleth. Is that a story or is that a assistant writer? Yeah, it's assistant. It must be the editor. The watch is out of time. The Charlotte's Wings collection. charlotteswings.com. Don't know what that is. The gable window. I moved into my cousin Wilbur's home less than a month after his untimely death. not without misgivings, for its isolation in a pocket of the hills off the Aylesbury Pike was not to my liking. Yet I moved with a sense of fitness that this haven of my favorite cousin should have descended to me. As the old Wharton place, the house had been untenanted for many years. It had fallen into disuse after the grandson of the farmer who had built it had left the soil for the seaside city of Kingston, and my cousin had brought it from the estate of that heir disgruntled with the meager living to be made. The end of the present world and the mysteries of the future life. Reading this book was one of the greatest graces of my life. Saint Therese of Lisieux. Father Charles Armingen. When was this written? No. It was written before 1885, that's for sure, since that's when he died. Let's see what it's about. This was no less true. Oh, wait. All things pass, glory fades, nature groans in labor. The day of the Lord is coming, and with it will come the end of the entire created order. And yet, so many of us live with our eyes fixed on this passing world only, rather than on the everlasting world to come. Preoccupied with earthly pleasures and cares, we ignore our eternal destiny. Haunted lakes, Great Lakes ghost stories, superstitions, and sea serpents. What? The dusted case at the White River. I have at least one copy of this besides this one. Oh, what is this? Chance BMS, a team. What the hell does that mean? There he is, Frederick Stonehouse. Nice sweater, Freddy. They may be called folklore, intriguing stories, tales, or simply weird stuff, but Frederick Stonehouse's stories of the haunted lakes have a basis in fact, because those who told the tales actually believed them. A hoe actually believes she's not a hoe either. She believes she's a businesswoman. What does that tell you? The World's Best Dirty Jokes by Mr. J. Each of us has laughed at one or more of the great classics, whether it was the one about the elephant and the canary, or the one about the pygmy and the dog and the African safari. Good taste, as it was interpreted by the censors, didn't allow the collection and publication of these funniest dirty stories. The World's Best Dirty Jokes. Well, these are not jokes, these are fucking short stories. Then there is the story of the 80-year-old Italian Rue who called on his doctor. Professor, I would like you to examine to see if I am sexually fit. Very well, let me see your sex organs. The aged patient replied, E. coli, and stuck out his index finger and his tongue. I don't get it. The fuck does that even mean? Professor, I would like you to examine me to see if I am sexually fit. See if there's another very short one. This gay chap was looking in a sex shop window. He saw a large rubber cock that appealed to him, and he ventured inside. When the clerk came to wait on him, he pointed to the big black penis in the window. I'll take that one, he said. Should I wrap it or just put it in a bag? Asked the clerk. Neither, said the customer. I'll just eat it right here. That's fucking brilliant. One more. It was his wedding night, and the minister finished undressing in the bathroom and walked into the bedroom. He was surprised to see that his bride had already slipped between the bed sheets. My dear, he said, I thought I would find you on your knees. She said, well, honey, I can do it that way too, but it gives me the hiccups. Ghostly Tales, Michigan. of Michigan. Brett Ortler, editor. It just might be the most haunted state in America. Sure it is. Find out why. This incomparable collection features only the scariest, most surprising, ghostly tales of the great state. From a place so haunted it was featured on national television to a region where a monster is said to reside. It's all inside this book. Best of all, the stories were written with a campfire in mind, so they're perfect for sharing aloud. Can't read this. Picturesque story of Bronner's Christmas Wonderland, Frankenmuth, Michigan. And if you've never been there, this is like the biggest Christmas store in the world. Although this just seems to be about the family. Frankenmuth also has chicken dinners, huge chicken dinner thing. What's it called? Zenders. Which my brother famously told my father one time that when we went there that I'd rather have banquet chicken from the fucking oven. Which was frozen chicken that came in a box. I don't know if it's still around, but... And me father replied, "You're uncouth." But he wasn't wrong. I mean, the chicken was just chicken. It's pretty hard to make bad chicken if you're a restaurant. I mean, I know a few that make bad chicken, but chicken is a chicken. The Chinese language, fact and fantasy. What the hell is the fantasy of it? Japanese writing. Demystifying Chinese characters. I didn't know there was arguments about them. Idiolects, dialects. Crossing the Line, Black Major Leaguers, 1947 to 1959. Obviously, it's when integration began in baseball. There's a lot of baseball books out there, but I'll usually only get one that's a niche book, or a signed one. Signed book, yes, always. Robert Richard Bob Boyd. The Origins of the Urban Crisis, Race and Inequality in Post-War Detroit. Winner of the Bancroft Prize in American History. Holy shit. There it is. The Detroit Public School Library, once grand Mark Twain branch was shuttered for almost 15 years to its roof deteriorating and its shelves collapsing before it was bulldozed in 2011. Look at all those fucking books. What kind of fucking shithole city would allow this? I mean, you'd think you'd just have a book sale. I mean, god damn, look how many books. What kind of moron goes in there and just throws them? The fuck? The dumbest fucking city on the planet. This is fucking incredible. Look at the sea of books. Embarrassing. The Bloody Chamber by Angela Carter. My third or at least my fourth or fifth copy of this. I've never read it all the way through, but I've read a few of the stories. They're bizarre, to say the least. Yep. Writing. The Tiger's Bride. My father lost me to the beast at cards. There's a special madness strikes travelers from the north when they reach the lovely land where the lemon trees grow. We come from countries of cold weather. At home we are at war with nature, but here, you think you've come to the blessed plot where the lion lies down with the lamb. Everything flowers, no harsh wind stirs the voluptuous air. The sun spills fruit for you, and the deathly sensual lethargy of the sweet south infects the starved brain. It gasps luxury, moral luxury. But then the snow comes. You cannot escape it. It followed us from Russia as if it ran behind our carriage, and in this dark, bitter city has caught up with us at last, flocking against the window panes to mock my father's expectations of perpetual pleasure as the veins in his forehead stand out and throb. His hands shake as he deals the devil's picture books. And lastly, for this edition, The Life of Greece by Will Durant. Probably not a valuable book, but it's a pretty good side. Is that The Suicide of Greece, it said? One day there'll be a book on the fall of America, but won't be in our lifetime. Maybe it will. And there it was, The Suicide of Greece. Let us, before facing the melancholy specter of the Peloponnesian War, glance at the Greek world outside of Attica. Our knowledge of these other states in this period is so fragmentary that we are left to assume what we cannot prove, that they shared to a minor degree in the cultural blossoming of the Golden Age. What do you got? That's all, bruvs. That's all for us.